What is one secret to the universe you'd like solved? If there was a beginning, and if so, what happened? The amount of time I spend thinking about the beginning of Earth and the universe is way more than I'd care to admit. Like, how is it created? How are we here? Could there actually be other human-like creature in space? Or is that impossible, as each timeline would have different evolutions? If there is another human-like creature, did they develop the same languages? Could there be an end to the universe? Ugh, everything is so confusing, I just want answers. What is this place? How to get a date? You can buy a box of them in supermarkets. Bit sickly for me. Try the fresh ones instead of the dry ones. Why is it 42? Because in ASCII code, 42 stands for the asterisk. And in programming, the asterisk is a generic symbol, a wildcard, which means basically anything you want it to be. So that's why the answer to life and everything is 42. It's anything you want it to be. Are there any other beings amongst us? Didn't an Israeli scientist just made a statement recently that USA and Israel are in touch with aliens, and there's an intergalactic organization of some sort? The Pentagon also admitted they have otherworldly vehicles, not of this earth, in their possession, and no one is even talking about it. Either one, how to break the whole first law, or was it second? Or thermodynamics about not being able to get more from less? Since I personally think exponentially more powerful energy generators are pretty damn nice, and probably a good boon for space stuff. Are we a simulation? It's a real shitty simulation for some people. But if we figured out it was a simulation, maybe we could hack it. The explanation after death. Where does our consciousness go? I mean, I know it doesn't actually go anywhere, it just ends, but I can't wrap my mind around the concept. It goes back to where it was before your conception. Here's how I see it. Like a timeline. No consciousness, no consciousness, consciousness, no consciousness. The first two is before birth, so without the experience of consciousness there's no question about what that's like. But once you introduce consciousness and then reintroduce permanent unconsciousness, the explanation becomes much more baffling, because now you've experienced consciousness. Bermuda Triangle. SHHH. You might disappear if you continue that line of thinking. As long as I disappear on the triangle, we all know it's some type of portal or protected city under there. I just hope it's controlled by a community and not the government. Why do we exist when we literally do not serve a purpose whatsoever? Serving a purpose is a subjective thing. As for why we exist, we just do. We can research how we exist, but why is a flawed question based off of the presumption that there has to be an objective, universal, collective purpose. Would love to see how our ability to form language happened. Also would be interesting to see what language families have come and gone that might have been just as widespread as the Indo-European languages of today. The unification of classical and quantum physics, a fake. Currently they don't fit together, even though they stand properly on their own. Classical physics explains interactions at large scales. Okay, large is relative here. Quantum mechanics explains, for some people, not me, interactions at small scales. Every large thing is made up of small things. So how do these fit together? There's no quantum mechanical explanation for gravity yet, and that's quite a gap to fill. This isn't quite right. Quantum mechanics reduces to classical, Newtonian mechanics on the macro scale. The issue has to do with uniting quantum mechanics and general relativity, which is a more modern theory of gravity. Where all those darn socks go? If you ever find them, let me know. Divide by zero. The CIA wants to know your location. Aliens. If we are talking about the universe, I want to know what the other life forms out there look like. There is definitely life out there. I just think it's too far away for us to ever make contact. To quote Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you don't believe there is life out there, you are being narcissistically naive. Apostrophe. Why the hell am I getting bullied for being quiet and liking to read? The feeling of anomia. It feels so inhuman. It's like receiving memories from another life that you miss, but it also feels lonely. Like you really are the only one in this universe. If you don't understand, look up anomia. I know a song on YouTube that could also help with feeling it. It's called Epilogue by Kriya. I want to know what happens at the singularity in a black hole. The edge. The universe is always expanding, but there must be an area where it expands into. But what is the something? A void? Comma. An area where no laws applies? Comma. Could there be other universes expanding as well, and those universes hit each other? Could there be a time where every universe collides and make one big mega universe, and then will that be expanding into a new void with other mega universes? I want to know if the universe actually has a runoff at every end. It would be cool and freaky to get so far that you've somehow beaten the expansion of the entire universe and arrive at some border. What shape is the universe? Personally, I imagine a Shrek whale in the void. How many big bangs and big crunches, if that's a thing, have there been? Or maybe if there really is an omniscient deity, or if it's just fake. I probably wouldn't say anything if I found out there wasn't and other people thought there were. I know that religion is an important part of people's lives. Close bracket. The fourth dimension or the multiverse. I'll be a nitpicker and say that time is the fourth dimension. It used to be. Well, it's not really a mystery, I do think, because it's pretty likely going to happen. But I'd like to know if the singularity is going to happen in my lifetime. What incredible stuff will change? How will people's lives be different/better? Will we ever get a chance to sustain life in space or come across other life in space? Secretly wanting a Mass Effect universe out here. Save for the Jeff. W. Holots keeps speeding up time whenever we're having fun, but keeps slowing it down when we're at work or school. Cool. Kind of time travel, because then I finally know if it's actually possible or not. Even if I cold juice it, I think about that a lot. Why do they sell hot dogs in packs of 10 and the buns in packs of 8? Why do people believe in the moon landing, but not the flat earth? How to stop and or reverse aging. I know a lot of people will start screaming about overpopulation. Remember that I said to stop aging, not be a regenerator. Humans have had no problems culling a population at any point in history. Population will be kept in check by one form or another. Is life just a dream? Question mark. Is there an alternate universe out there? Question mark. Is everyone and everything in this universe are just imaginations? Question mark. What should I eat for lunch? Why are our brains the way they are? Why can we understand concepts and ideas when creatures similar to us can't comprehend something in as short or quick of a time? Why is it that we have feelings that make us hardwire indefinitely through life experience? Says, if we are the most advanced creature on earth when it comes to the brain and sapience. And said, why do minor things cause such an immense problem? Lem. Why can't every own's brain ascertain and secure information? Iron. Why is it forgotten over time? When we know that it may be needed in the future? Yup. What is the biggest thing in the universe, and what is the smallest, or is it just an infinity on both sides so there isn't really something that can claim the title? Largest or smallest? I want to know the real colorations of as many dinosaurs as possible. What the actual fudge is space? Question mark. We are floating around in an endless void of literal nothingness. Where does it end, and where does it start? Question mark, question mark. Question mark, question mark. Question mark. Is this girl just being friendly, or is actually trying to flirt? Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.